perhaps I should say that it doesn't feel friendly. It never has been, honestly. Tonight, though, it feels like this could be big. My fingers go up to the crucifix necklace I wear on nights like this. I touch it just to make sure it's there. I'm not religiously religious, but I'm happy to call Jesus my co-pilot when it feels necessary. I say to Yulie, "We're not actually on a case tonight, my friend. This is different, okay? We're looking for our own answers. If this works out, maybe you can start coming along with me on jobs, yeah? Local ones, at least." Yulie grumble whines and shakes his head, paws at his snout. "That's easy," I say, answering an unasked question. "If you want to solve a mystery with no living witnesses, my dear flop-eared pal, then you have to talk to the dead ones." When he turns his quizzical gaze up to me, he mutters something in dog speak and prances in place as if he's anxious. His eyes go from me to the master bedroom and back again. "You want to go take a peek?" I ask. He snorts his approval and takes 3 tentative steps in that direction, looks back and waits, tail wagging hesitantly. I start to say something to him, then chuckle to myself, realizing that my life has become the plot of a Carter Kane novel. It's not a bad thing by any means. Kane is a master of paranormal suspense, and part of the reason I'm so fascinated with what's out there. He shaped my early years after many, many long, sleepless nights reading his work. And here I am, investigating the mystical with a highly intelligent mutt, having what appears to be a reciprocal conversation. Kane would be proud. Yulie takes another faltering step down the hallway. He barks once. It's not much, nothing more than a warning shot across the bow. I've heard him attempt to be more vicious with a butterfly that spooked him, but still, his caution lifts the hair on my arms. "You think he's in there, boy?" I ask, kneeling beside the brave pup. The he in question, I've spoken to him before. Carefully. "I was warned before I came here. I've handled worse. You gotta be careful, though. No matter what." My equipment case sits on the floor at my feet. It's about the size of a vintage suitcase from the 1970s, could probably double as a life raft built for 2, and inside it's packed with hard but forgiving foam where carved slots hold the items I need to conduct a proper paranormal investigation. For a brief moment, I lament the fact that I'm down to this. One single case with 5 to 10 devices depending on the location and what options seem to work best after an initial analysis. I miss my team. I miss the cameras and the cameramen. I miss investigating a single place for a week to create an hour-long slot. I even miss my producer, Carla Hancock, who was ultimately responsible for the show's demise. Miss is a strong word for Carla. Perhaps it's better to say I have faint memories of the good times. I'll never be able to explain why I let her talk me into using a 5-year-old girl as a trigger object, which is something those of us in the paranormal world employ to entice spirits into communication. Maybe it was greed. Maybe it was the thrill of the hunt. Maybe it was the potential for massive exposure. Tonight, on this very special live on Halloween episode of Graveyard Classified, be prepared to witness history. You know how they say there's no such thing as bad press? Apparently, there are exceptions to every rule. Graveyard Classified was the #1 show on cable during the coveted 8 to 9 slot on Thursday nights. We outranked every major network 3-1. We even had more viewers than that super popular sitcom with the snippy part-time waitress who couldn't possibly afford that gorgeous loft apartment in New York City. Top of the world we were. And then little Chelsea Hopper crawled into an attic and fell out with 3 massive claw marks along her cheek, neck, and collarbone. The entire crew and millions of viewers at home and online all heard the demonic growl during the live broadcast. I checked. The attic was empty of anything living. Chelsea's claw marks were real. She still bears the scars. Graveyard Classified wasn't picked up for its 11th season after that, and it drifted off into the land of late-night reruns, the spirits of once popular shows. For the record, I questioned Carla and myself over the decision every step of the way, right up until the director turned the cameras on.